Maybe I put it on my shirt. It's a little chilly down here. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna give it a few minutes because I know I didn't put a what do they call it? I didn't put a notice up. I posted. I hope this don't make a lot of noise. I posted that I will be going live at 6:30 ish. One, I missed y'all. I have not been live since what? Not this past Thursday, the Thursday before. Let me close this because I don't know why that's still open. And I was like, oh, let me go see what my people doing. And I wanted to tell y'all about my experience. Oh shoot, here go these two pens. I had my first speaking paid. Let me take that back. My first paid speaking engagement yesterday. For the real ones who been here for a minute, I told y'all about this a few weeks ago that a friend of mine had asked me to speak at her church. Breast cancer awareness brunch that they were having, and I said, yeah. So yeah, I had. If you've seen the video where I kind of was ranting about how, Jehovah's Witnesses who may have businesses or, have opportunity to work at a church and things like that, how they're discouraged from doing so, but how the governing body could sell off kingdom halls to churches, so they get to do business with churches. So why shouldn't their members be able to make a living or, expand their business if they entrepreneur or something, with churches. And so yesterday was the event. Can y'all hear me? I see we got people here. If you could at least put a 1 in the chat so that I know, and make sure to like the live. And if you see something about a gift, feel free to give me a gift. YouTube is they trying something new, so I'm not exactly sure what the gifts do. But if I get so many gifts, I think I get put into some kind of raffle or something. So, if you feel this feeling in spirit to give, you could do a gift. Okay. So anyway, yesterday was the event. I had these flyers, not flyers. This is a brochure. So I had this made. That's me. That's what I look like. And these were a pretty penny. So inside, talking about my connection to breast cancer, talking about the kind of the statistics, where does it spread, the types and staging, things you can do to, lower your risk, things that are out of your control. I probably shouldn't post that. Just warning signs. So it was a booklet to kind of inform and make me memorable when I leave. These came out really, really good. They were expensive though. I had got 25 made. So it's like a booklet, and then they go me on the back. So it was worth it. So let me tell y'all about that before I go into my thing. So had these made because it was for a church, right? And it's not a mega church. It's not a storefront church, but I guess you could say a small to mid-sized church. I didn't think that it would just be a PowerPoint. And my friend was like, well, I thought of you because I knew that you would kind of be engaging and this, that, and the third. So I was like, oh, I should make a booklet for them. So I spent more money on the booklet than they paid me. Okay. But it was worth it because this is an area I wanted to get into, going out and speaking to small groups of women, on specific, excuse me, specific, health issues and concerns. So this was an answer to a prayer. But needless to say, what I want to come on here and talk to y'all about today, or this evening, was um, here I was, even though I've been away from Jehovah's Witnesses, over 8 years, going into this church and just, being affiliated, doing anything. And so arrived, had one lady ask me if I needed help as I was getting my stuff out the car, because I had like my banners, stuff that, put on my table and stuff like that. And had a really good time. Had a really good time. It wasn't, I don't know, it was just a good time. It wasn't no pressure. I didn't feel like it was no phoniness or anything like that. And the one thing that stood out to me, and that's what kind of prompted me to say, hey, I'm going to come talk to y'all about this tonight. Nope, it was no push. No one came up to me and asked me, what's your church home? Or what's your religious belief? Or, what's this? What's that? None of that. None of that. Why am I not seeing, why don't I see, can somebody put a 1 in the chat? Let me see, is this the chat? No, that's just so that I can figure out what's going on, because my screen actually looks a little different. So it's like, I don't know if it's expanded. Y'all know I don't be knowing what's going on with the oh crap, I didn't click something. So I don't know if y'all putting a 1 in the chat or not, because for whatever reason I can't find the what you call it. So I don't know if I'm froze or what. What is this? This is start a poll. This is something new. All right, let's see. Can y'all hear me? Okay. How do I get rid of this? I don't know. Can y'all see that? Oh Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully y'all can hear me, because I see it's 5 people here. So I don't know if I hear something or whatever, because the screen look a little different. Anyway, nobody asked me about my religious affiliation. No one invited me to come to church the next day. Like, nobody cared about that. Nobody cared about what denomination I was. They just seemed to be very excited that I had said I would come and speak to the group of ladies. It was about 30 women or what have you, varying ages. Some people were breast cancer survivors. Some people were, in remission from other types of cancer and things of that nature. And it just was really refreshing. Like, not everybody gave me a standing ovation or whatever, but after I finished, it was several people who stood up. I didn't even know how to respond, because this is just what I want to do. Like, I could talk about health and wellness and how to be better all day long. I could talk about it all day long. I never could get tired of it, because I'm always looking how I can be better. So of course I want other people to be better, not just, physically, but in all ways. But I said, it was so refreshing that these people really appreciate it. I had several people come up to me like, thank you so much. They really was excited about having this booklet so that they could be, informed and be able to advocate for themselves when they, go have these conversations with their doctor. They walked away understanding the role gut health plays in either your your risk for developing breast cancer being higher or lower. I know of only one other person, and that's because she's my mentor, who even talks about this when it comes to breast cancer, right? Usually, most of these events and things like that just center around get your mammogram, get your mammogram, get your mammogram, and things of that nature. I broke down like what's dense breast tissue, who's more likely to have it, letting them know it's nothing that you did wrong. It's just the way that it is, and things of that nature. It was really good. And so it just felt good to be there as me, a board certified family nurse practitioner with a particular skill set and knowledge to share with them. And they didn't care what I was religiously. And no one said, you should come to church tomorrow. And da, 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 da. Nobody brought any of that up. It was just women trying to empower other women. And so that was just so refreshing. It was so refreshing. It was a nice mellow time. Yes, they played gospel music, but at the end they did boots on the ground. So it's like, I was like, okay, I like this, some balance. Um, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that my maternal grandmother um, was one of the Barrett sisters, which is a legendary traditional gospel music group. They're all gone on to glory at this point. But, having that connection. So it was some older women there, and they're like, oh, yeah, this, that, and the third. And they paid me. And it gets, like I say, it was just refreshing compared to when you go to like a Kingdom Hall. It was so good to have you here. We want you to come back, that whole push. And I've been to some churches that's like that. But, where it's like the pressure to come again, come again. I was so glad that they was not interested in me being at their church today. It felt good because it really felt like they was, here just that they appreciated that I was there for what I was there for, which was to educate and empower around breast cancer, awareness. So that's what I want to come on here and talk about. And then talk about the contrast, that somebody went to a Kingdom Hall with somebody today because they've been bugging them to go. And they probably got love bombed out the wazoo. And if they're in a low point, it might draw them to come again. And if they are not in a low point and like, this is crazy, because all I did was come and attend. Why are these people acting like I just, you know, found a cure for cancer? They probably won't go back. So I feel like sometimes you can tell what's the angle of, you know, what's the angle of people as far as their mindset. Because the first lady, for those who may not be familiar, like in church settings, the pastor's wife is usually referred to as the first lady. And so the first lady was, very active, helping, hands on, getting everything. Because when I got there, they was just kind of setting up and getting things, set up for when the people came in. And she was down to earth, regular. I had only made 25 of these, but they end up having like 32 people because I had to put this about a week and a half before. And at that time, they only had 17 people registered. So I was like, okay, I'll get 25. And they end up having 32. But she was like, okay, well, can you send it to me? I can print them. She printed them, and some people, just had a paper copy or whatever. But they was glad that I even brung this because they thought I was just going to come and run my mouth. I could have done that, but this right here, they'll remember. And so this is definitely something I think will help me stand out as I try to get more speaking engagements around health and wellness. So I I don't know if the chat froze or what, because I find it hard to believe that nobody has said nothing, hasn't given put a one in the chat or nothing. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Um, Let me see. Uh, yeah, I don't see nothing that say nothing about the chat. But it's like, well, why can't I see it though? And I don't want to click too much. This will start a poll. I don't want to start a poll. What is this? Oh, this is set a goal. Oh, this. Okay. I got to read more about this community top all messages. Let's see. Oh Lord. See? I know I went crazy. Okay, I see y'all now. I was like, something ain't right. YouTube YouTube is doing stuff. So they had it to just top, they had it filtered. Hey, Esty. Hey, Ma. Hey, Positive. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I got people in here. I don't see nobody saying nothing. Okay. All right. YouTube is changing stuff. They changing stuff. I got to do some more reading on all these changes, y'all. Okay, so now that I know who's here, because they know if they was just these, random people or people who get it. Okay, so now I can really get down to it. Now that I know who in the building. So if y'all remember, so I had the speaking engagement at the church, and I didn't catch on fire. When I walked in the church, and they were nice. They wasn't overly churchy. Of course, you're gonna have a few who can't go 2 seconds without saying amen or praise the Lord or something like that. But they were just a group of Black women, um, you know, trying to do their best to educate themselves to not, hopefully develop breast cancer and what their odds are and kind of thing. And so I wanted to share that with y'all, the experience, because as I reflect on it last night and when I woke up this morning, I was like, it was so nice that they wasn't trying to push their church's agenda. Now, I'm sure when they get, um, not new members, but like when on a Sunday, pretty sure they open up the doors of the church, or they have, any of our visitors stand. That's a common thing in the Black churches and stuff like that. Now they probably do that, but it was so nice that they didn't do that to me yesterday. Like I say, I have been to churches where I was just visiting, and it's just like it felt very Jehovah Witness like, you know, it's just like pump your brakes. I'm just here with a family member who, who been asking me to go. I decided to come, kind of thing. So that was one of the reasons for coming on the live. The other thing was I was talking to Butterfly, for those who know Butterfly from the chat, and she is a member of the channel, and the membership is not huge. And so I was thinking, I've been playing around with different things. So I think, yeah, absolutely, Esty. It's all about image and recruiting for sure. Absolutely. So what I was thinking in regards to the lives, I will Tell Me Something Good Thursdays will be going back kind of weekly. So if it's 4 Thursdays in a month, 3 of them will be Tell Me Something Good Thursdays, and then one will be for members only. So that's what I'm gonna roll with now for at least the next, let's give it at least 3 months. So November, December, January, however many numbers. So if it's 5 Thursdays in a month, then the 4 of them be Tell Me Something Good, and one will be members only. Because members only, we could always mash all the things I was trying to create with that into one. We're going to stick with Thursdays. Thursday seems to work for people. We're going to continue to use the Restream. so that as people get comfortable, they can come up and talk versus text or message, type. And I will be putting out, I don't know if it's going to end up being 2 parts because I haven't edited just yet, but interview I did with a gentleman named Ray. He is a former member of, I think it's the official name is called Supreme Council of the House of Jacob. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, Pentecostal denomination, I believe. And so very, very interesting interview. And remember, if anybody has, it don't have to be religious, anything that you feel like you've overcome, any childhood trauma, a weight loss journey, a difficult divorce, anything that you feel like you've overcome, it no longer consumes you and want to share with people, your story. I'm definitely taking, what's the word? I don't want to say applications, but I'm interested in hearing your story to see, if it would be a good fit for the series. So those was like the 3 things I wanted to tell y'all, that the experience was really good. I'm really happy with how the brochures came out. I wish they would have been cheaper so I could at least made a profit, but it was worth it because I think that this will set me apart. I just might have to find somebody cheaper, because now what I plan to do with my clinic is, because I've been doing like a webinar, and so my hope is do a webinar each month based on whatever that month is, kind of thing, but then see if I can also book public speaking opportunities with that theme. So like November is diabetes month, so I'm working on a webinar called pre-diabetes, the calm before the storm. So of course, if you're talking about pre-diabetes, how did you get there? What steps can you take to reverse it? So it doesn't become full-blown type 2 diabetes and things like that. So if I can find somebody between now, we'll see. Anything's possible, right? But I know we do have Thanksgiving in there, so that might be a challenge. But I'm still going to do the webinar. December is kind of like I developed the program, not program, but the framework is called Reset. So it'll be geared towards people using January as their reset launch, So I'll do a webinar on that. January, I'll be doing thyroid awareness because that's what that month is about. And February will be like heart health. So definitely going to be out here trying to expand the brand. So that's why we'll be sticking with Thursdays as our go live day. And yeah, so I think that's going to work out. So we'll do our Thursdays, and also I'll be, bringing special guests on Thursdays. So it may be the person who I might have just released a video, or it might be, somebody who may have expressed coming on to one of the lives. Because there's some other people I would like to interview. I just got to sit down and reach out to them. My buddy Isaac over there at his channel, Tune Up Your Mind. Isaac been wanting to do something together. So I told him I was going to reach out last week, but I was getting ready for my speaking engagement. So I'm going to do that this week. So we got some things going on, some things cooking and things of that nature. So just wanted to kind of let y'all know that we're going to be resuming Tell Me Something Good Thursdays more on a weekly basis, besides one Thursday out of the month. And to let y'all know how grateful I was, and shout out to Hope Presbyterian Church on 61st and Loomis in Chicago for welcoming me, finding value in the information, and giving me a chance, and didn't care. Didn't care if I was Presbyterian, or whatever. They did not care. Now, whether they assume, we'll never know. So just a beautiful thing to not be judged and scrutinized the way JWs will do you, and some of the churches. It ain't just JWs. It's some churches that will scrutinize you as well, because you not this, that, and the third. You just out here being a regular old human. So I ain't gonna stay on here too long. I just wanted to come and say hi since it felt like forever. Let y'all know that my speaking engagement went well and was super proud of myself. Even though I think I ended up getting nervous, like I had to keep urinating. I was like, what is going on? Stomach was bubbling. And I'm like, I used to teach for a living. Why am I getting nervous about, I don't know. So maybe maybe that was some subconscious JW thinking. like, oh Lord, I'm in this church, I don't know. But, my stomach finally settled down. Yes, exactly, Jeff. It was like, what is going on? So yeah, it was nice. It was nice. See, all this stuff is okay. They ask YouTube has got all this stuff that's going on. They trying all this stuff out. I have to do some more research. They want me to ask y'all questions and all that stuff. We'll save that for Thursday. Yeah, this was better than any talk that I could have ever gave because it was something I was truly passionate about. Not one of those old crazy themes where you just talking about, the role of, as a, what was Nebuchadnezzar, like all the crazy stuff, you know, create a talk around Daniel, blah, blah, blah. I used to hate talks. I did. I really did. Because it just did not, it wasn't normal. Like, when are these conversations going to ever come up? Every now and again, somebody will get a talk where you was like, okay, this could be more realistic. Like, I don't even know how they doing it. I don't even know how they going door to door, but they must be because I was talking to somebody, or was it on one of the lives, and they was talking about that the witnesses came to their door. I was like, what? Very seldom. I think we've been in this house almost 5 years, and I think one time, and we just assume because it's a couple of Christian churches that go door to door, not like the witnesses do, but they like from time to time will come through with their little postcard flyer, like inviting you to come out to their church. So I don't know if it was them, but from the look of it, because my husband was like, "Oh, your people outside." I'm like, "My people ain't outside." But once I went to the door to see what he was talking about, they was walking down the street, and he kind of was giving that JW pioneer stroll. so, so yeah, you never know. But I hope y'all had a good weekend. I'm about to go get my steps. I was so tired when I got home. I did not even get my steps in yesterday, y'all. I only got about 6,000 steps in. Let's see, Jeff said, I gave great talks and I still didn't like doing it. I bet you didn't. They give me the crazy topics because the school conductor knew I could pull it off. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. So I already got almost 5,500 steps. So I just need to get 2,000 more, do my swings, and I'm gonna watch, Monday night, Sunday night football. I don't even know who playing, and start being back productive tomorrow. But I will see y'all. Is Thursday Halloween? I think it is. What's today? 26, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll definitely see y'all Thursday. Because Halloween will be Friday. I'm gonna be upstairs in my bed with all the lights off. And it don't have nothing to do with being a Jehovah's Witness, but like we don't have kids and this Halloween candy is expensive. So so we the Scrooges of the block. If I had kids, I could see doing it, but I'm like, I can't give y'all no candy. Sorry. But y'all, I hope y'all had a good weekend. We will reconvene on Thursday Tell Me Something Good Thursdays is back weekly, and it's gonna be better than ever. Like I said, we're gonna. I got a lot of good feedback. People really enjoy Gene coming on. So I'm gonna see. Like I said, I plan to put Mr. Ray's video out, his interview out this week. Definitely before Thursday. So I'll see if he would like to come up so that if people have questions. Um, I think y'all gonna, I don't know. I'll be very curious to see if anybody could resonate with his story in regards to what he reveals in the interview. Especially for the real ones who are former Jehovah's Witnesses. So we'll see. And if not him, like I say, I want to start bringing other people on. I'm using the restream. We can have up to 10 people come up and be verbal and don't have to just stay in the chat. So I really enjoyed um, when Gene came to it. So we're gonna spice it up some, and I think that's gonna make it even better. So I'm gonna get on off of here, get these steps in real quick, take a shower, and watch the rest of the game. So I'll see y'all Thursday. Peace.